Welcome back, guys. This week we'll be doing our first dive in Australia at a rather interesting site. Join us as we jump into Ewens Ponds in South Australia. We're here to see if this is really the clearest water you'll ever dive in, or if it's just a regular old pond.
We're gonna start diving ponds? Holy.
Wow. We actually heard about these ponds through a friend in Canada, so of course we detoured to South Australia to check it out. First things first though, we needed to rent a few tanks at a local gas station / dive shop.
Should we fill up first?
Fill your tanks in your car. Just drove out to the middle of nowhere, picked up some tanks from the general store, and now we're gonna go dive in the ponds, the Ewens Ponds.
Let's go.
The Ewens Ponds are spring-fed limestone ponds, and from the surface they just look like your standard swampy pond, but they're said to have crystal clear visibility. We're in Australia, which is a huge island surrounded by some of the most beautiful coastline that we've ever seen. So naturally, our first dive here is going to be in a pond. You do have to reserve a time slot and pay a small fee, which I believe is around $30. Super easy, and it ensures that the ponds are not overcrowded when you go to snorkel or dive them. We've secured some tanks. We're the only ones at the pond. Colton's getting the solar panel hooked up, so while we dive we can charge the battery a little bit. And we're just gonna get ourselves sorted out here and get in the water. First dive in Australia in the pond. Nice. We haven't assembled any of our gear since we got here. Map of the ponds here. So we're going to get in here at the first pond. Swim down this way. Second pond, a bit shallower. And then you have another long channel, pretty shallow, before we get to the third pond. And we get out. And then we walk all the way back here to our car. So I don't know, this should be interesting. Let's get to it. As soon as we got in the water, the visibility was just sensational. We could see clear to the other side of the pond, along with all of the lush grass and vegetation that grows along the shallower sides of the pond. The maximum depth that you're able to reach is 11 meters, and as you can see, the channels are very shallow, so many people choose to snorkel rather than scuba. At the third pond, you'll actually find the blocked entrance to a cave, and you can see some of the exposed limestone underneath. So the water temp was actually 15 degrees Celsius that day, so it was definitely a fresh dive. I was wearing a 5mm suit with a hood, and I was quite cold after an hour.
Maybe all ponds are this nice. We're gonna start diving ponds.
Big pond, guys.
Holy.
Wow.
Wow.
You ever walk scuba gear through pond
Ponds are in.
Ponds are in. Would not have thought a pond would be
Yeah. It's
that
kind of
cool.
like a like a cenote, but
Yeah.
you don't have an overhead environment, so you're open
yeah.
the whole time.
The visibility is that of a cenote, but I don't know, it was so cool.
Crazy.
That was our first dive in Australia. We're in South Australia now, so I guess we're just gonna keep working our way along the east coast and up north and
Build up to the Great Barrier.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna keep moving,
Keep diving.
keep trucking, keep seeing some cool stuff. So
But ponds.
ponds.
Definitely look into your local ponds.
Go
and,
dive in your local ponds.
See.
All right, well, we'll see you next time when we do some more silly things. Like maybe we'll dive in a bog.
What's the difference between a bog and a pond?
All right, goodbye.